Hello and welcome to TradeFlow Television,
bringing you valuable analysis and actionable intelligence
through the global commodity markets.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets.
Indian sugar mills produced 11 million tons of sugar in the first 3 months of the 2020-21 marketing year, which started on October 1, up 42% from a year earlier as production jumped in western state of Maharashtra, a leading trade body said on Monday. The country is the world's second biggest sugar producer and the higher output could weigh on global prices. Maharashtra, the country's second biggest sugar-producing state, churned out 3.99 million tons sugar in the 3 months, compared to 1.65 million tons a year ago, the Indian Sugar Mills Association said in a statement.
Russian natural gas transported to China via the Power of Siberia pipeline touched 28.8 million cubic meters per day, as of January 3, to feed homes and factories as northern China faces frigid weather conditions, national oil and gas pipeline giant Pipe China said. This will put on track an annual volume of 10 billion cubic meters, BCM, for 2021, double last year's level, state-run infrastructure group Pipe China said on Sunday, without providing comparison figures of the supply level prior to January 3. The increased volume of supply was due to a new 1,110-kilometer, 689.72 miles, pipeline extension in December that starts at Changaling in northeast China's Jilin and ends at Yongqing in northern China's top steelmaking region of Hebei.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Oil prices are unlikely to mount much of a recovery in 2021 as a new coronavirus variant and related travel restrictions threaten already weakened fuel demand, a Reuters poll showed on Thursday. The poll of 39 economists and analysts conducted in the second half of December forecast Brent crude prices would average $50.67 per barrel next year. That is up from a poll last month that forecast a 2021 average price of $49.35 per barrel, but little changed from Brent trading at around $51 on Thursday.
Most OPEC plus oil-producing countries oppose plans to increase output from February as winter lockdowns to contain the coronavirus choke demand. 4 OPEC Plus sources told Reuters on Monday. OPEC Plus, which groups OPEC and other producers including Russia, began meeting at around 1500 GMT on Monday. On Sunday, OPEC Secretary General Mohammed Barkindo warned OPEC Plus experts of downside risks facing the oil market. On Monday, Saudi Energy Minister Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman said OPEC Plus should be vigilant and cautious despite a generally optimistic market environment as demand for fuels remains fragile and the new variant of coronavirus is unpredictable.
Moving on to metal price moves.
China will allow imports of new standard steel scrap, or recycled steel raw materials, from January 1, the Ministry of Ecology and Environment said on Thursday, meaning such material will not be subject to a ban on solid waste imports. China has imported very little steel scrap, an iron ore substitute that can be remelted to make steel, in 2020 amid tight restrictions on solid waste inflows. An official from a steel scrap association said in March that they had started to draft new standards that will reclassify high-grade scrap as a resource to be allowed to enter the country.
Gold prices rose more than 2% on Monday to their highest in nearly 2 months, bolstered by the dollar's slide ahead of runoff elections for both U.S. Senate seats from Georgia, while supply concerns drove platinum to its highest since August 2016. Spot gold was up 2.1% at $1,937.06 an ounce by 12:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The session high of $1,944.11 was its highest since November 9. U.S. gold futures advanced by 2.6% to $1,944.60. There is the likelihood that we will see significant stimulus, which will lead to further declines in the dollar, said Jeffrey Seeker, founder of Circle Squared Alternative Investments.
We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector.
Vietnam, the world's third biggest exporter of rice, has started buying the grain from rival India for the first time in decades after local prices jumped to their highest in 9 years amid limited domestic supplies, 4 industry officials told Reuters. The purchases highlight tightening supplies in Asia, which could lift rice prices in 2021 and even force traditional buyers of rice from Thailand and Vietnam to switch to India, the world's biggest exporter of the grain. Indian traders have been contracted to export 70,000 tons of 100% broken rice for January and February shipments at around $310 per ton on a free on-board basis, the industry officials say. That is all for today's news on the commodity market. Stay tuned to TradeFlow TV as we continue to provide you with more updates. You can also follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow TV1, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop.